I knew you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this, a brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I hope it fits. Ooh, do I get some baller clothes? But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Coinox. Fine. You go and rest while we track down the beacon. Ooh. Is this gonna be glamour? Or is it actually gonna be good stuff? So I'm officially in Shadowbringers, right? Should I watch the opening video again to make it official?
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Might be bad if I leave and go watch the video though, because I might have to sit in queue.
Bloody savages!
Demon Fang!
A pity your hunt leads you elsewhere. Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
Oh, also on DNF Duels, the online was amazing. There's no lag whatsoever. Whatever they did with the rollback frames and the ping, I don't know how they did it, but it felt really good. Felt like I wasn't even online when I was playing the game. Yeah, nah, it's really good. It makes me want to. I definitely want to buy it when it comes out and get into it. In the midst of the Requiem for Heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. In fields of tranquil light, sow your seeds of darkness. Is it gonna play the opening video for me? I don't have to log out to do it. You have completed a post-Alamegan liberation chapter of the main scenario. In the following chapter, Shadowbringers, the events of the Crystal Tower quest play an important role. It is recommended that you play the Crystal Tower quest before beginning Shadowbringers. Oh, it's like another post-game stuff. You may review your progress under Chronicles of a New Era, the Crystal Tower, in your journey. So is this gonna start? Which one starts Crystal Tower? This one? This quest area? The Circus Trench. Weapon coffer. Music. Shadowbringers. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of experience. Okay. Good news, Cosmos. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the ironworks of the Suns not added to their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Then we better go and give them a hand. Sounds like a tedious work, but not as tedious as waiting around, I suppose. We'll give them a hand. We don't want to sit around doing nothing. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner we can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silver Tier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Okay, so logging out, I will have to wait for a queue, so we'll just YouTube video real quick. The opening video to Shadowbringers. Make it official. Oh, that's I clicked on Endwalker by accident. Alright, let me pause real quick. Let me bring it over to this one. And then I need the other desktop. Let me turn the music down on this one.
How many years have come and gone since that day?
This video's mouse is like right in the center of the screen. Is there a trailer where the mouse isn't in the center of the screen?
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called. The warrior of light.
We need a timeline. When this is happening? 'Cause I actually don't know. I don't even know if it's even happened yet.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate, or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles.
Dragoon! It would be interesting if we could actually change class mid-combat. They should let you, like, dual class.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
You can just, like, quick swap to a second class real quick. In the middle of combat, that'd be sick. I'm excited for her. I want to see Minfilia again.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Minfilia.
I keep forgetting my class was introduced in this expansion. Is that Crystal Tower? Is that what we're trying to find?
This
That looks-
tragedy,
Oh, maybe it is. That looks like the
even
guy.
The seventh umbral calamity must be undone. If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten. Become what you must.
The Warrior of Darkness.
Become the warrior of darkness.
You could at least change in dungeons in 1.0. Oh, really? It seems like it would be a cool thing to be able to like dual class or something. Just have access to a whole brand new set of moves. Alright, we need to go to the ferry, which is right here. Oh, we got armor too. It's a dinosaur. Oh, I should go turn in my achievement points. I'll probably get some more mounts over that at that one person. Oh, this chocobo's sick. And it's a pterodactyl. Does Endwalker just give you dinosaurs? Right here. Oh, it is just glamour stuff. How do you put on costumes? I don't even know how to do that. Maybe I never, the Unblood Relic arrow? I don't even know what you're talking about. Is in the current zone that I'm in right now? Did I just never do it? Oh, snap. I'm in Lamia as my current home. That's what it is. Level 15. That one's level 70. I don't see it. Do I have it on me already and I just never finished it? That could be the case. No, all my quests are not level 15. And these are all dungeons for the most part, like extreme modes and hard modes. Behind that quest marker? In here somewhere? The stall? The stall. Oh, wait, is it over here? No. If I've done it. I think I have done it. We'll just look at it anyway. I don't need to wear it. I'm just curious what it looks like, that's all. Let's see. And then I could just test wear everything, right? Oops. Oh, looks like everybody's sick. Let me save this armor set. Alright. Equip. Dude, that's sick. I look like a fucking Asian though. I don't look like a good guy no more, that's for sure. It's definitely not dancing attire. Alright, let me put my other stuff back on. Gear set. Quit. Alright. Looks like we're about to get in queue for a dungeon, another dungeon. Possibly. This is Shadowbringers. It says there's some quests before Shadowbringers, but it's technically, I think you have to have Shadowbringers to start this. So I think I'm officially am in Shadowbringers, but they consider it a different quest scenario than Shadowbringers quest scenario. That's what it seems like. Heading to the survey site, Madame. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. I want to find groups to do like extremes for like old content. One, to clear out my journal, and two, this looks fun.
Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Biggs and Wedge.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not.
They have a Jesse in this game too? Interesting. I don't remember seeing a Jesse.
Thrice as hard, even.
He's not fat, he's big boned.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time. He's no FF7 Biggs, but yeah.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Warning. If you have epilepsy, look away now.
We may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Oh, do not look at me so.
These are all the souls of everybody.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you.
Where are these memories?
We did
everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Your time has not yet come.
Is that Minfilia? Didn't sound like her. Oracle of the Light. It's bright. Warrior of Darkness. It is him. He looks like he's still stuck in Heaven's Ward expansion. It's purple. I'm in Dalaran.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Those shadows be freaking out.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
It seems like they paid more for voice acting in this expansion already, which is cool. I like the voice acting. What do you mean this time of night? But it's bright as day. Sure. It looks like the one guy that died.
Oldest joke in the book. My granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time.
I forgot his name.
And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when.
Oh, okay.
You got
We
that look
took a
down to
long
T.
break in between.
I'd almost think you meant it.
I think it was like an 8-month break, so I forgot.
Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby.
7 years.
Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
So is this real? Or am I like a spiritual form right now? I don't understand.
To dizzying heights it rises. The gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
The crystal tower looks like a giant like sword in the ground or something.
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Okay, now it's official. Do I have access to VR? I do not. Mike is playing BDO again. Why? did they finally get endgame content? I can't mount here. Is there ether currents? No. No ether currents. No, I don't have access to VR right now. I mean, I could buy it. I don't think I have the space for it though, so I don't care for it. And there's only like 2 or 3 games I want to play on it, so I could wait. But why?
Halt! Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This
Same.
is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail?
Ulda, the source. I'll go Ulda.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
It's a dance-off. Or not.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Oh shit, it was his?
Everything all right, Captain?
There's the dude.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we're somewhere more private.
You can take the hood off. I don't know why I'm getting Elfino vibes already, but I'm pretty sure it's a brand new character.
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact.
The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections.
As to wherefore,
okay.
Having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Are the other Scions here? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused? What is that though?
That is a question with no simple answer, but all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the First, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the First from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the First, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Sin Eaters. It's a big bridge. This is our new main city.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death.
No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
The Crystarium. Right. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Weapons! That almost leveled us right there. One more of those, and we are gonna be 71. Is there ever a time where my inventory will actually have space? I just don't know what to do with any of these items. Oh, I think that was the wrong armor. Yeah, that was not the one I was looking for. Oops. That was dancer weapons. Alright. Plus 2 damage. 137 dex. 142. Should be better. Is it cool? They're not that cool. My older ones were better. Oh well. If you pay $5, you can get more space. Oh yeah, I heard you can buy it. You can buy space or storage or something. More gear. And a level up probably. Now a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Probably should go attuned to that. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along the etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. After you have done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catliss, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him, his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Braggy, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access the opposite sides of the Aetheryte Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Got it. Ah, very good. I can see the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars, and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being that case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. Vinny, why were you talking about VR? Where were you going with that? Help Wanted VR and Hitman 3 VR? I don't know what Help Wanted is. Alright, so we'll go upstairs, then downstairs, then over there. Oh. I should probably fix my gear. It's been a while. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us and the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like the Olmoran layabouts. Here in Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you, like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. The flood? And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you've aught to contribute on the front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catalyst, and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Catalyst has taught you about life of Crystarium. Okay. My crafting abilities suck. I don't think we've crafted a single item in this game yet. I don't even know if I even have taught myself the crafting classes. Is the ether in here? No, it's not in here. It's upstairs, maybe. I just need that one more. Or is there a second one? I think there's a second one underneath this quest marker. New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Braggy, and I am one of the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too floored by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for humes? I don't know. Such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry, did you say humus? I'm actually a hero. Aye, something wrong? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a hume, like you. And the taller one is an elf. That sturdy individual over there is a Gulgent, while the one in the horns is a Drawn. And then you have the large scaly chaps with the long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. I gotta relearn all their race names again. That's gonna be confusing. The same as the Exarch, huh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. I'm saying humans. I'm not saying humus, humays. Alright, we got those. Oh, fucking guess I'm yawning. I'm getting tired. This place is cool down here. I like this. This is a big library. Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and well, But what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll even, a scrap of scribbled on parchment. My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh. So you have an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany that account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. The picture book? And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair, make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson then. A 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper and Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into worlds as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We call it the calamity, the flood of light. Everything it touched was leashed of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. It's too much light. Yet just when it seemed that all was lost, a savior appeared before us, the Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Novorondant, and Novoront alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, in their fulgent presence stole the night from Novorant's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, however on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I'd be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? Yes, it seems you were treated to the most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but it was necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for you eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do not know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Yay, we're 71. Where did the gear go? There it is. Oh, it's like actual gear. Not a helmet, though. Nice. Now that's some dancing gear. What did I get? I got body. Oh, just the body plate. Okay. I didn't get anything else. Oh, I see. It's got symbol on it, so now I'm gonna get pants. Oh, so this gives you on whatever class you open it with. That's pretty cool. Instead of you picking and maybe accidentally picking the wrong thing. You've done it as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain. Explain what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year. My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
You forgot to summon their clothes. You brought them naked.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here. unable to return.
And find a way to send them back. What have they been doing all this time? I guess that one.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least.
I should probably change my title. I think my title still says Stormblood, right? Yeah. Vinny, you want to change it to starting Shadowbringers?
As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future, that which would one day come to pass.
Yeah, starting
In his
Shadowbringers
vision
should be
of
fun.
tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
Who kills me? Can you tell me?
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For the moment, but I'll see you keep that promise for want of a better choice.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road.
So right now, the time here is very slow. So like, we're gonna be doing, like, it basically time's not moving in our original world. Go see Ellie first. Okay.
Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Extremium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at Dependence, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your Stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Eldegan tombs. why does she look depressed? Do people not like Eldegan tombs?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
Tinkerbell.
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails? Just as
Fluff.
I thought.
Thank you
You've
for the
a good
host.
stout
How you doing,
connection with your
Elo?
home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth, I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand.
Thank you, I appreciate it. How you been? You ready for the holidays?
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Let's do Tatharu.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their
Family
kind
coming
possess
over
an
last
affinity for
minute.
magic akin to that of
Oh, I
arcane
got you.
beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
I understand. As a result of your pact with Theo, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. Okay. Yeah, usually on holidays, I hide in my room also. Until it's like dinner time. Then that's when I go and hang out with the family. But I'm that, I chill in my room doing what I do. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the Ocular Anon. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Cosmos. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but you may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Pleasure to meet you, miss, and welcome to our home pendants. Your room is ready. You care to retire? Let's see how it hooked me up. Is this a broom? Fucking huge. They did me good. What's the bed look like? Oh shit, they gave me a view.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
The warrior of darkness?
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their god's damned ardor.
Is that Gilgamesh?
I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant, Minfilia and my friends. They surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
I would have come up with the thing saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna be in town." That way they can go get a refund and properly set up a day and time. Hell, if my family weren't all sitting on their own personal cacti.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? $100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that? You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Bed looks hard. New pants! Incoming.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
Well enough. I had a ghostly visitor. Do I tell him? Let's tell him.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
Okay.
So, will it be Calicia or Armareng? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. But you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
You stay away. I'm in your room 24/7 from family, especially while the holidays come around. Yep, that's me. Do I take both quests? Ready to depart for Almarang. Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she is particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter introduction addressed to a man named Kosard, the master of the merchant caravan. There are a few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch and he will see you reach your destination. So I can take both. You'll visit Elfino and Clusia then. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast. You'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter introduced President to the Zin Zezim or Zim Zhenmai, the master of beasts and Tamanos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Elfino, be sure to pass my warmest regards. Alright. If you come looking for work, I might have a spot for another guard. Oh, a friend of the Exarch, hoping to meet someone in Amarang, are you? And I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. I'm ready. You can also use your Ethernet compass to assist you with locating ether currents into new regions. The ether compass can be found under the collection. Yep. Alright, more ether currents to find. Yay!
Areng. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Areng once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armareng meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Oof, no matter how many times I come here, the heat never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the temperature drops at night, though. The sky is still bright, of course, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you into the inn at the journey's head, which is where this Alistate friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mord Soak to break up the trek. Allow me to attend some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot. I'm off and I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. Southwest. Should be right in front of me. Bum 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 bum. Alright, that's pretty far. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amarang, isn't it? Before you cross the River of Sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. They built them big, didn't they? That's Sar Sharl, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Naboth Aran. Seeing that was left behind, I believe it was, they say, that it was once of Norvorant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along, great chunks of Naboth Arang's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many choose to come here these days, not with everything in ruins. Even with that hulking great fortress has become a little more than an Amaro roost for me in my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mord Soak. Let's press on, shall we? How's Genshin, Elo? You've been playing Genshin again, right? Did they just release some new stuff? Here we are, Mord Soak. By the blessed shadow, I love this town. Mord Soak, not just full of Mord, but humans and all manner of others too. It has long been a refugee for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Mord before? They might look like a shifty little briters, but a more welcoming lot you could have never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Genyen. Genyen? I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Music went away. It's so quiet. The only demon himbo and the good boy came home. Oh, I seen that in one of your titles, I think. I was confused. For a second, I thought you were talking about like pets that you lost, and they found their way home or something. Did he grow up? So this is a Mord. That's a kobold. It's a kobold for sure. It's a heartless kobold. Ito and Goru, yeah.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Gengen.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord's.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
I feel like these guys are like inspired by like the mice from Cinderella, like Jock Jock and Gus Gus. That's what they remind me of.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Mord philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Mord says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Uh-oh.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots so smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look!
You buy, you buy?
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Sounds good to me. Sounded like all these people were trying to sell me NFTs. I'm good. Just right click and save image. What? You're in the wrong chat, sir. Welcome to Ron's Traveler. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Oh yeah. NFT, yeah, just right click and save image. You don't have to pay for that shit, yeah. I don't understand NFTs. I don't get it. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? Browse Ronron's wares. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a food stuff and inspect it with the left click. This is a mini game. Which food do I want? Rotate. Confirm execution. Meat, bread, worms. Ew. The meat. Give me the meat. This is my ever-burning bounty made with the best parts of lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up in chilly desert nights. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruit, so even the bread dries out, or even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. Everyone's favorite, plump white worm slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want it any other treatment, or any other treat. Skewered frogs. My favorite! Oh, you like those chewy skewers? Find small frogs hiding under rocks, spear with sticks, then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. I'll go with the meat. Give me the meat. They all look tasty, yes? Which to choose? Which to choose? Yeah, I'll go with this one. Our breath may kill a whole like army, but it's worth it. Yes, put some spice in your step. You won't feel the cold this night, and probably not the next one either. You have the gold? And done. One Vertite honor buys you 10 sides of lizard meat. Am I dying? I'm dying. Every last mouthful, you eat the lot. I think I'll share the rest. No, we don't know where else we're gonna find food. We might as well stuff it. Force it down. Why didn't I tell you what a belly? A new legend is born in Mordsuk. Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honor ours. I'm about to puke. Keeping the merchandise down. Yes, no returns. ASMR, yeah. He looks like one of those things that one-shot you in FF7. He kind of is, but not really. The Reaper guys are like green lizard dudes. I forgot the name of them. How can I forget the name of them? Tonberries. That's what they're called. Tonberries. Yeah, yeah. I was watching from here, Cosmos. You honored our custom with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mordsuk. If you need anything in Amarang, we are here to provide. We're about a quarter way in. We haven't fought a single thing yet. This expansion is easy. Aha, you have my courage, my friend. Ronron's rares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you. The bellyache you'll have on tomorrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mordsuk. I got some pants to open anyway. Oh, offering your services, are you? Aye. Well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last minute haggling. Then see you in a bit. You may review your seat during the time using the relevant item in the key items menu. Okay. I got pants somewhere here. Nice. Alright, so what we need... I need table, cactus, tauntaun, and iron ore total. Tauntaun and total. No breath antiques, mill. To be collected from mole. Mill to be collected from mole. Cured leather. I'm hungry again already. You have a strong stomach, friend, but I wouldn't eat those. Just eat cured leather. Here's mill. But I don't see mole. Here's total. Cussard sent you, did he? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? It was iron. Iron, of course. That would explain this box I have here. It's all yours. Alright, there's one. Tauntaun. What did I need from him? Table cactus, that's what it was. You came with the Cussard. Yes, good. I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please take your prickly purchase. I don't even have to answer what he wants. And here's mole. Mole to mill. Hey, no touching. That merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change your mind with a better offer. What? Cussard sent you? Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. Oh, no. The bought the wrong relics, wasn't it? All packed in that box there. Handle with care. Oh, okay. I don't gotta go to, Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. Boom. Aye, that's the lot, alright. Good work. And quick work too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you return, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard, it feels like an age since I last saw you. Well, if it isn't our lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This lady was on her way to meet with Alice. I'm supposed to be taking her to your corner of the desert, but I misplaced the order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alice has told me so much about you. You're Cosmos, aren't you? I knew it! How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn, and I have gotten to know Alice quite well since she took up guard duties here. Do you want me to take over as Cosmos' guide, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you have had your fill of Almarang, and I'll send you back to Crystalium. This is for hands. Boom. Alice has been desperate to see you, Cosmo, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing around the ridge and head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any of these that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alice was always saying how much I mean, let's get going, shall we? This is Shadowbringers battle theme. It's very different. Oops. And yet hardly a match for you. It seems I'd always thought Alice was strong, but in her mind she was never. Now it makes sense. Ahem, well, we should push on. It might be our best if you scout ahead and clear out the coyotes. I'll wait there if you I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. I'm going east. And then it might compass to go to the west. Wants me to just go south. Oh, we're going south anyway, so this works. You stole a cat? What do you mean you stole a cat? Sand mole. 8 months old, sweetest little guy alive. Just wants pets and cuddles. Loves to give licks, and his tongue feels like sandpaper. Yep. That's how they all start out. Then they grow up. Hey look, it's Twitch. It's Twitch! We found Twitch. Right, we found Twitch's headquarters. No wonder why they can't get anything done. They live in this small ass tower. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork to know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Oh shit, I missed the quest. Work to live or live to work? Is this for like reputations probably? Oh, ether currents. Need to do that. Way up there. That's way out of my way. I should have maybe gone down here and attuned and then go back. That's fine. We'll just go up first. Riding this thing on the ground, it feels like you're so slow. Wow, thing is actually aggro. So I never read the side quests, just so you guys know. If you're interested in that, that's not me. I feel like if I read every quest, I would get nowhere. So side quests, I don't read. I only read main quests. I just watch. I just kind of like skip and let cinematics play out and guess what's happening. Okay. I think total we've had like 20 pets and haven't paid for a single one. All rescues. It's not a terrible thing, as long as you're taking good care of them, you know? Some nice, like, it's a nice background beat, I think. Nice and chill. It actually makes me not want to mount and just like walk and listen to it. Can you disable the mount music so that it plays just the zone music or no? What did you find? Oh wait, I don't read that shit. Nice. You can disable enemy guard. What do you mean disable enemy guard? Oh, you can disable mount music? Oh, plays music when mounted. Play normal battle music. If you disable that, does it just keep the background of the zone music playing? Nice. I like some of the mount musics, but we could take a break from them. It'll be good. I could just teleport. Turning off mount music for EW. Oh, for Endwalker? Okay. Yeah, I like combat music. Like even like most of my like playlists is like battle themes from a bunch of games. I'm a big battle theme guy. Battle themes, boss themes. I don't know how I feel about this battle theme yet. Maybe when it like gets going, it's better. But the beginning, it's kind of like obnoxious. It seems to me. Compared to this music that plays in the background. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay you a favor somehow. But first, let's head inside, shall we? It adds a lot when they keep the zone music for battles for emphasis. You hate Shadowbringers battle theme? Yeah, so far it's not my favorite. I actually really liked Stormblood's theme. It was very catchy. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Castrium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and the handful of carriers. The afflicted? You don't know. I don't think I've met anyone besides Alice who is unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alice give you the full explanation. Wait, I need to go tune. I need to do a tune. Now, where is she? I think she might be on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her up there. It's not far. Head out to the south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. And there's supposed to be a crystal ether current nearby, right? Nope, just keep going south. Ba 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 boo boo doo boo doo boo. Keep going south. It's probably gonna be up. It's usually like up on the hill and stuff. That it's like right there. Yeah. These buildings are so weird that they're like built on slants. Like it's very weird. It kind of like makes it seem like your eyes are just fucked. Very bright place too. Is that a floating or is it in the crystal? Very strange. Obviously there's nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints in the ground and they seem to be about the right size. Very observant of her foot size. I don't think I really stared at her toes before. Why did I not attract the other one yet? There it goes. I wish every time you mounted, it didn't take off being like my dance partner for my chocobo. Can I AoE this guy? Single target is just better. More tracks here, but they end up in a mess of disturbed sand. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of tracks. Seems like her feet are tiny as fuck. Is that? No, these ones are aggressive. How's Dancer? I love Dancer. It took a long time to get to it, but I love Dancer. I like being able to be somewhat supportive and still do damage. It's a good feeling. I feel like I've actually saved a couple boss fights a few times.
Get back here!
A Sin Eater.
Is that... It can't be.
New outfit, new sword. Sword looks bigger, it's not glowing no more. Impressive, you almost lost that one. Impressive.
Just a lesser Sin Eater, nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you? We've fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived.
I don't know if other classes also have like a dodge roll or a dash, but I like having the little spin dash to get out of certain situations.
I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least.
I can't remember if I had one as Monk. I think Monk had a
When
roll,
I
but I
think
don't
of how
remember.
frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation.
I want to know how I died. Who kills me? What kills me?
To go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam.
Where's night mode? This shit's too bright.
A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared.
If I like just wake up and hop on this game, like it's gonna be way too bright. I need night mode. It's gonna kill me.
For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach.
Oh, so we're just killing people.
That is not the worst of it. The stronger sin eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eater's victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
You're a light mode guy. Don't use devices in dark so my eyes don't hurt. I wake up before I game. So for me, there's never been a need for dark mode. Nope, I use dark mode. It's much better on the eyes for everything. I think a lot of emotes too look better. I mean, there's certain emotes that look better in light mode, but most emotes to me look better in dark mode. It's just a matter of time. More for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it's what served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. I got hand gear now. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn, and you clear the west. That way you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they become slavering after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. These Sin Eaters sound like nobodies. Alright, we're gonna play till we get back to the inn, because that should put us in a rested zone, and then we can log out. And I had to call it a night for us there. It's freaking cold here. It's pretty cold everywhere, honestly. Like for me, it's warm during the day, but it's super cold at night. Let's see. It was like almost 70 degrees earlier today. What time? What is it now? Or it was 60 degrees at 3 o'clock. It is now 43 degrees. Like, it's a 20-degree difference, and that keeps going. It's gonna be even lower later. It's definitely nice and cold at night. It's definitely preferred, so. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this battle theme at the moment. You want to curl up and be warm? You gotta do the blanket burrito. That's the best counter to cold. Those are some bright damage zones. They have like more of an aura to them now. Alright, come down here. I'm gonna go get this ether current real quick, if it's close to me. It actually might be not in my reach right now. Looks like it's over there. How you get over there? It must be all around. Alright, I don't think I can get that yet. How did you fare? I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary of this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually, these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols. To cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming it when the big ones come out to play. And you certainly helped that on the front. Let's report our victories to Tesling, shall we? I'm about to go curl up and get warm myself. Cause I gotta get off. Elise tells me you've helped her on a patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Elise has missed your company. Everything is always, if Cosmos were here, she would. That's an exaggeration. I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Cosmos's methods. Honestly, after seeing her in action, I can understand why. The way she leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. Gasp! I'm only teasing, though I have no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. This is for a head? What kind of head are you gonna give me? Give me another, like, tiara or headband. I gotta open it first. Don't be a lame hat. Is that a hood? It's a headdress. You know, I actually kind of like it. I think I'll actually wear this one. Usually, half of them I don't even show, but this one's okay. I love to lay out a welcome meal, and the duties I've put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Ellie? What? And twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death. Surely there's something we can help you with. I could do it with a hand, it's true, thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Ellie. While we do that, could you lend a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I mean to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pawnil, Toden, and Helric. They may not give much in the way of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Alright. Alright, this is where we have to call it for today. We'll be back tomorrow.